Hello guys, I hope you're doing good today. I hope you had a good day, you slept well. I slept pretty good today. Pretty good today, and some fires are starting to die down at work. Like, lately there's been a lot of, let's say, urgent project for some reason that just came all at the same time, and they're slowly starting to getting resolved and like dispatch the right person, so that's less troublesome. But yeah, usually on Wednesday we play some Yu-Gi-Oh, but I just can't. I can't. Let's talk. I want to talk a bit about the. Let me just put it on stream. Let's go there into my pictures. Where is it? Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Picture, picture. Where did I save it? One sec. I'm gonna just look. I want to talk about the ban list real quick. So it's here in pictures. So where is it? There. It should be at the start. Oh, there. Right there. So if I show this, like, we got the ban list here. Sad to see King of the Swamp go to 1. Well, you mean Kit Callus going to 2, right? It's Kit Callus going to 2 here. And Instant Fusion, I understand why it was banned. Because they don't want to ban Kit Callus yet, because it just came out. But how am I gonna make the best monster of 2017 without that? Yeah, it's a fine ban, I understand why. I was running it a bit for summoning Kraken and having some fun with synchros and all, but it can be a ban. Foolish Burial Goods at 1 is literally Fluffle suffering for Tyr's sin. Like, Tyr, they said, we're gonna do a ban that kinda hits Tyr by making Foolish Burial Goods that no good Tyr decks is running, but could be used to send one of the spells to get a search. We're gonna make it that 1. But the thing is, Tyr doesn't even use it. And it just makes it so Fluffles that really wants 1 or 2 of this card don't have it anymore. Hello, Folly. You got the 3rd serving before the 2nd serving. Hello. We're just talking a bit about the ban list in Yu-Gi-Oh! And explaining why I'm not playing for the next month. And thanks Heyman for the first, by the way. And thanks Mango for the early lurk. I hope it's going good. How are you doing today, Folly? But yeah, Change of Heart, I'm pretty hyped for it to go to 2. But it's not gonna make my vampires playable anymore. Like, it's not gonna make them more playable than they actually are right now against Tyr. It's not gonna make a change. Sky Striker at 3 could be interesting for the Sky Striker player. Thank you for the lurk, Folly. I'm playing your favorite game today. The Thunder Dragon Hawk, I don't really play Thunder Dragon, but I've heard it's a good card. I know the Serpent King is a good Pendulum card. Sky Striker's not that good, yeah. It's playable, yeah. The Sky Striker category is not gonna do much. And Fire from Vision Tanky doesn't do much. Hello, Mango, welcome back. I hope you're doing good. Oh, let's go. I forgot to... Yeah, I'm gonna VIP you, and then this time it's increasing. So let me give you the cool little diamond. And I'm gonna go on my reward, channel points here, and I'm just gonna increase it by 5,000 now, because we're slowly but surely getting less and less VIP slots, so... We want to make it so the early birds gets hit, but as you go forward, more VIPs get redeemed, less people gets it and everything. The VIP thing doesn't do much. It should let you... I didn't check this setting right now, but it's kinda... It gives you a cute diamond. It lets you spam the same message twice or something, if I said it right. I don't know if I've set up the link thing, but maybe the VIPs will be able to link, to post link in chat, maybe. Because for now, no one can, but I don't know if VIPs can. I don't know if I've enabled it or not. But yeah, that's basically what VIP does. It's just a shiny diamond that you get, saying that you're very important. and that I appreciate you. So today I want to play something different. I want to go back into this card game. It's been a while since I've played. You have to run. I hope it goes good. Thank you for the lurk and everything. I hope whatever you're doing goes good. But yeah, so I've made some decks before. I know there's a new pack that came out. This deck was the last deck I made. It's not the greatest. I kind of want to revisit it at one point. Zorga's a pretty fun one. Has anyone in chat ever played Cardfight Vanguard? This game is called Cardfight Vanguard, Dear Days. It's Vanguard, I don't know if you remember, it came out a long time ago. It underwent a lot of changes. I've seen the card game when it came out, but I wasn't into it that much. I couldn't get into it actually. There wasn't any Vanguard players near me, none of my friends played, so I had no one to play with. There was no simulator and everything. So once this game came out, Lily Koizumi convinced me to get it. And I watched her play it. It looked fun, it looks different, it's slower a bit than Yu-Gi-Oh! And I liked it. I like the flow of the game. I don't have many people that play the game, so I don't have really that much incentive to play it off stream, and I don't really like going into rank in this game. But I could try it maybe. And yeah, it's not sold in my local game store, so I can't even get the card IRL. But I really like this game. It's cute. The cards are really pretty. So this is the deck I started with. One of the things I hate about this game is the deck builder. Like, it's so bad. It feels like mobile game. And I hate it. Like, that's the thing Yu-Gi-Oh! Did so good. It made the deck builder so fun. But yeah, you look at the card like this. Like, that's the... How this game works is that you ride cards over them. You see the grade on top of the card here? The grade 3 for this one. It's the kind of level of the unit. So you got a main unit that cannot die. And you basically start at a grade 0. And on your turn, you ride a card from your right deck. So you go from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 and maybe sometimes 4. But the 4 cards aren't in your right deck. So you need to draw them. They have special stuffs. Usually that's big boss monster. Not every deck has them. But yeah, so you ride over the card, slowly building up your power, and the side unit you can play can only be the grade of your main unit or lower. So if you have a unit of grade 2, you cannot put like a unit of grade 3 on the side. You need a special effect to do that or something. So this deck is basically meant for this girl to equip both these arms or this one. And as you can see, it's so cool. Like, you see her wings here. So when the art's complete, like, it's just a big art. I might just play it first to see it go a bit. This is probably my best deck I have, like the deck I know the most. It's basically, the goal is a graveyard deck. It's the closest you'll get to a graveyard deck in this game. So those cards come back every time they are in the grave. So you basically just want to recycle them, make them big, attack with them, and cast a lot of spells. This is a gamble deck. Basically, you do big turns with meteors and hope you get your triggers. That's a fun deck. I'm not really good at it. This one I started playing not too long ago. It's basically around the concept of hitting and then hitting again on the same turn. Because you only got one battle phase, but you can restand your unit to hit again. So this is one of them. This one I played a bit. I haven't perfected it, so I don't really know if the build's right or not. I'm not really good at building deck in this. Most of the deck I just look at like deck lists online, figure out what people are doing, and adapt it to my own taste. But I don't understand the building like aspect of this game too much. But this is one of my favorite deck to play. It's basically, you run a lot of one-ups. You see this sort of singleton deck, and you run a lot of one-ups to make it so if this card has 13 cards with different name under itself, it gets a huge boost. So you want to get as many different names as you can in your deck. So the more cards there are, the better it is. And this one is kind of a weird one where you summon a guy that gets an effect if he's got the dragon under him, but I kind of think that this dragon's necessary. I might cut him later on because it's only giving this guy 1 more damage if he hits. So it's not the greatest. Like, you run triple brick to give this guy a single crit each turn. So it's not the greatest, you probably don't need it. That's what I saw online. Someone said that, like, this card's not the greatest to open. Like, not open, but I mean to use in the deck and you don't really need it. And this game isn't free, by the way. This is not a free-to-play game where you need to pay quite a bit to get it. It's like the cost of a normal game, mostly. But the good thing is you get points to unlock packs, so you don't have every card at the start, but you get so many points easily. Like, there's no... Like, it's just to make it a bit more like a gacha, but it's just the fun of opening packs. You're never gonna be really stuck not having the cards you need. So now we're on, like, the side stories, so we're gonna do some fights with the NPC. If anyone in chat ever plays this game, want to play some games and all, I'm not the greatest, but if you want to play, I'm free to try to get a room going. But once we're done a bit with this, we might try some rank. I'm probably going to get destroyed because I'm really new to this game. But for now, we're going to play against AI. The AI is pretty good to test stuff out, and we have time to talk. I can explain stuff. So you start with the typical rock, paper, scissors. So basically, my strategy is just to pick the same thing and see how it goes. So I'm going first. So now on this end, I do not want... You see those cards with triggers on them. Oh, it disappears now if you hover over this. That's kind of cool. So the triggers, you see that it's a critical plus 10,000. It's if I ever drive it. So if you attack, you reveal a trigger. If you take damage, you reveal a trigger. So it doesn't affect once it's revealed by those things. And it's got a huge defense stat of 15,000. So basically, it's a good card to not have in your starting hand. So usually mulligan, this game has mulligan. So this is a heal trigger, we're gonna explain them later. The perfect shield could be fine, but I don't think I need it for now. And this card, I don't need it for sure. So we're gonna shuffle everything. We got an arm, that's really good. We got 2 triggers, that's kind of bad, but that's defense. This little guy is pretty good, the Blue Moon. So we're gonna send the equip to pay for costs for riding. So we're taking a card from our right deck, putting it on the unit. And because we went first, and no, if you go second, you usually draw a card with your right deck. But this one allows me to add a card, like an equip card to my deck. To my end. So basically, because we already got the spears in the grave, we're gonna be able to add it back with our grade 2. We're gonna add the shield. You do the lurky, have fun. Thanks for the lurky, man. Hope you have a good time. So, thanks for the refresh. You guys drink too, chat. So yeah, basically now we could play grade 0s as you see, but we cannot play grade 2 because our main unit is grade 1. I kinda hate actually that it disappears because I can't show you guys real. But for now we could play stuff, but it doesn't really do anything. We don't have a battle phase either on the first turn, so we're just gonna wait. This game is way slower than Yu-Gi-Oh, so you've got time, you're not gonna get rushed too much. She seems to be playing the same deck as I am. She revealed she added the sword. So because she went second, she drew a card from this card. So now she's going on the offensive. But in this game, it's not too bad to take damage because damage is resources. So I'm not gonna guard this. Guarding basically means putting cards to defend yourself. So she did a drive check. That's what I meant. If she pulled a trigger like those cards, she would have gained an effect. So this is... we would have wanted that, but it's not too bad. This is gonna do another damage. We want to block this one. I think I can take it. 2 damage, not too bad early game. It's resources that we're gonna be able to use. Hello, Skitter. So you see, we got a heal trigger here. So basically, we can take this to heal ourselves because we are more damaged than our enemies. If you reach 6 cards in your damage zone, you basically lose the game. You're new to TCG? Well, it's time to learn, Skitter. When are you playing a TCG? But yeah, I'm just taking a break from Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I just can't stand Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. So we're gonna send the little guy because we can get it back later on. 1v1 means solitaire. That could be funny. So this is in a drop. We're gonna add it back to our hand. And our deck really does a lot on turn 3. Not too much on turn 2 and everything. But for now, we could maybe summon this. If your opponent's regard what was here this turn. I'm just gonna call this here to put some offensive on it. Like for the refresh, you guys make sure to drink up a bit too. The stream going pretty good. It's the first game we did. I'm just trying to remember this game a bit, like how it goes and how to play it. I just want to do something else, like I'm gonna take time before I go back to Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm gonna figure stuff out and everything. Play some other games before, because we saw the ban list that they plan to do today, and it was really bad. Like, no hit to tears, nothing. So right now, I think I don't want to push damage too much, but do I want? Because the thing is, if I hit this, it's gonna die, so she won't be able to move it back to boost a unit. So that might be something good. I want to do that kinda. I'm not in any hurry to kill her for now. And my deck's kind of, I would say, control-y deck. I don't know the specific of every deck in this game. Like I said, I'm still really new to this. And this deck could probably get some of the new cards. I'm just getting in the hang of it a bit more. And we're gonna go back and upgrade the deck maybe. So this one is 19,000. That's fine. If we no guard and they get a trigger, we can still guard with the same damage. So they got a draw trigger. So now they're gonna draw a card and boost a card by 10,000. So that's what happened when you do triggers. So we're gonna get a trigger check ourselves too. No trigger here, so we just take the damage. Now they're gonna attack again, and this time I think I'm gonna block it, just to make sure I don't go too down. And on this should be enough. They got a huge end, so I'm not gonna be able to punch through too much for now. But now we can ride on into our grade 3, which is a pretty big deal. Like this one, what does it do? It's Counterblast. If I got a left arm, a right arm, it gains 10,000. If I have a left arm, which is a grade 1 from a drop, call it. Oh, that's pretty good. It's grade 1 or less. It's Counterblast too. So we got, how many Counterblasts do we have? 2. So we could do both of those. The thing is, this one's gonna do something. We got a little one. I think I'm gonna send the Trick Moon too. Because the thing is, we can do a lot here. We do this. And now we equip this one. This is an equip that lets me... it lets me equip another arm afterwards. So we do this. To be able to equip another arm afterward. And we do draw a card too. So this here, we're gonna be able to soul charge and resummon the little guy. So resummon it middle, and because it's in the middle one, it's gonna counterblast us. So he'll want a counter that we use to do like our effects and all. And now we can play the shield, and that's the part I really like about this deck. Like how the art changed. Like look at this. It's just an extended art. Like you got the wings on the side, you got the shield, you got the spear. And now we could use our effect to blow everything up. Like the effect is basically when this unit is armed, soul charge 1, that's the normal effect. If this unit is armed with 2 or more cards, soul blast 2. So removing 2 souls, we got 3 souls right now. And retire all of your opponent's front row rear guard. So this guy would go, and if she had another guy on the left side, she would go too. And we retire everything and we get 1 critical. So the critical is basically how much damage you do. But I do not think it's the right play, because she's got such a big end. She's gonna be able to block it anyway. We're not gonna get through this. And this one... on your Vanguard. So this is a good booster. So we're gonna call this here. Use the effect. So it's gonna get 10,000, and it's gonna be able to call a little guy. So we do this to pay for costs, and we summon the little guy here. So with this, we're gonna be able to have this guy, and this guy gives a huge boost in this deck. And we're gonna call another guy, so we filled our zone, and now is the turn we attack. So you got a lot of damage. Basically, to deal damage, you just need to hit more than your opponent's like damage total. So with 33,000, they needs to block with 13,000 to be able to... It's basically the if you meet, you beat. So they need to have 23,000 shield to be able to block this. So there was little chance they had that. They have shield in the end, we know that, but not too much. So this little guy boosts for 10,000 for each arms I have. Because I have 2, he boosts for 20,000 more. So that's a huge boost. This little guy is so strong. So drive check. Because we're grade 3, we're drive checking twice. And a draw trigger. That's pretty good. Because this unit already beats the 10,000 of this unit, we're gonna give the damage to this one, so it's harder for our opponent to block the hit. So basically we did a lot there. Another perfect guard, that's really good. Those card basically blocks any hits, even if it's like 1,000,000 times stronger than the unit they're hitting to. And we're gonna use the little guy again, because there's no once per turn on this card, it's just once per unit. So at 45k, they don't block, so now they're gonna be at 4 damage. So if we ever deal 2 more damage, it's gonna be over for them. So this game's going pretty good for now. For sure it's an NPC and all, but it's fun to train against them, see if your deck's doing good. And those NPC kinda play good actually. And they got this card. Okay, so they played this, they're gonna do the same as me, but they're gonna be able to use this card's effect now. So this lets them summon the shield, yeah, just like I did. And with this, they can use Bafstraga effect to get rid of both my front unit. So now they have another critical. And they're calling this, okay. So now they can deal 2 damage with this. That's 36. I'm gonna check just to see. That's 36, so if we are 23, we can do 15. I'm basically checking if I need this to make it 2 to pass. That's basically what I'm doing. So we go up to 28 with one of those, and with another one we go to 38, 43. So this would be 1 to pass. With the shield, it would be 2 to pass. So I think I'm using the shield. The shield's basically giving me 10,000 defense, so that's pretty good. And now we're gonna do one of those guys. Like this, so we're at 38. And if we do another one, we're at 53. So we're pretty safe. They shouldn't pass through this. And I think they might be dead next turn, depending on what they draw. So they're not passing through for sure. And their next attack is really weak. Their crit trigger is kind of a pain, but I think I'm taking it. Because it's only 2 damage, it's gonna put me on 4, that's not too bad. And I got a huge turn next turn. And I need the counter blast anyway. So... now they're getting... I'm not guarding this, it's only 2 damage, it's not gonna kill me. This game basically boils down to playing with your HP. It's a resources, as long as you're not at 6, you're not dead, so you want to get as much damage as you can without dying, basically. Heal trigger is fine, but it's not gonna trigger sadly because we have less damage than our opponents, so we don't get the restore one. So now we're not riding anything. I think I might be able to kill them this turn. Like this does... because I could summon this here. Then summon this guy. To summon a little guy again. Because I don't have the third one, sadly. Yeah, I would like to have the other one. But I do not. Does this do anything? When this unit armed with this card attack, 10,000 and then a battle phase. If your opponent's damage zone, that's for a less card. That's not gonna do much, so we're gonna do this one, only getting the... I don't know if it's asking me to do both. I'm getting the damage, but I'm not using the summon effect because I do not need to. So we're doing this, getting the damage again, and we're gonna try to push through this turn. I don't know if it's the right play. So with this, we're using our ability to remove this guy. Confirm. Oh, we need to remove 2. Okay, that's good. So this here, remove those 2. Then remove the guy, get a critical. So now we deal 2 damage with this guy. And we go battle phase. We're gonna punch with the weaker one first to check for guards or anything. So at 33k, they're not guarding. That's kind of spicy. So that means they don't have that much guarded card. Like, they would guard this usually. So we're gonna go with this, and I think this might be game. I don't think they have a perfect guard, and I don't see them blocking 48,000 damage. They need like 33. Oh, they had a perfect guard. Okay, they kept it. That's fine. That's one perfect guard gone. So what's our check looking at? This is okay. Not the best we could get. This is a personal ride. So that's really good. Personal ride basically lets you draw another card and give all your unit 10,000. So is this gonna go through? If this goes through, we win the game. Unless they draw a heal trigger. So maybe we win here, maybe we don't. We're gonna see. They're using the shield, so that makes me think they can block it. Oh yeah, they can. Barely. But that's exhausted their end. Maybe they don't have another arm to equip, because they can't use Bav's effect if they don't have an arm to equip. They have the personal ride. That's scary, to be honest. Because that gives them the effect to get rid of both my front unit. We have some guards, but not that many. But only one attack should be fine. That's 46. We're gonna guard with the shield. This is 25. So I can barely make it. I'm gonna try to make it, because if I do not, I might lose here. So we're gonna do this. If they draw a trigger, they might win here. So that's scary. Oh, they just draw one. We might lose here, actually. Is this the end? No. Please. Oh, come on. Okay, we lost. The over trigger stacked us. No. That's just unfortunate. There's no way we're winning now. The overtrigger, like, if they didn't get the overtrigger, we had a chance to survive. But not with the overtrigger. There's no way, because now they can attack again. Yeah, and we weren't surviving anyway. So this was the first game. We got destroyed by the bot. So a pretty good display of how the bot can just sack you sometimes. But like you see, we get a lot of Vanguard points, so that's fine. We can open packs later on. And now we're gonna go again, probably with another deck, play around with stuff. So now we go again. And this time I'm gonna try to not lose. We're gonna go... I want to kind of try the gamble deck. Like, let's go Gravidia. Make a lot of meteors. Make them crash into them. And we lose the coin toss. That's kind of bad. We do not want this. We didn't want this. Like, this unit is boosted. We don't really want this one either. This could be fine. Okay, we're gonna go with this. We got a perfect guard, that's pretty good. Got a guard too. Two of those meteors, not the best. But we can probably do with this. They revealed the shield, so they have the shield now. Now we got this, we summon this guy, sending a meteor to the grave. And with this guy, first off, we're gonna search. So search the card we just sent back into the deck. Then we use this guy to draw a card. And now we can basically just play this and use the effect to soul charge once. We basically want to thin our deck as much as we can to make it so there's as many triggers as there is. Sadly, we got a trigger there, but we're gonna go battle and punch into this guy. Maybe we get something good? What will we get? Come on. Okay, that's a defender, that's fine. So damage check, what do they get? Nothing that important, so that goes 1 damage to 0 for now. Now they're making the grade 2. And with the grade 2, they're gonna add back the card they put in the grave. And they're going so aggressive. That's kind of scary, to be honest. I'm not gonna guard this one because it's probably not... It might give me a trigger. No trigger? That's fine. Now this one here, I think I'm gonna guard just in case I take too much damage. So I'm gonna make it so they need to go 2, so they cannot punch through this. And they didn't get a trigger, but this is really bad because now we know they can do the big turn 3 effect. So we do not want to flood next turn. So this here is gonna punch, I'm gonna let it hit. Take the attack to make it so we're at 2 damage. A meteor, we have a lot of meteors in the deck, so that's not too bad. And now we ride this guy, sending... At this point, I don't even know. Maybe sending this thing. We can get back our meteors later on anyway. So now we want to play this card. That makes it Dark Knight. We're gonna pay the meteors as a cost, because if we ever heal, we want to get back the meteor. So we're gonna do this first. It gives us a shadow. The shadow basically is a big monster. So we put it here, and we use this effect to make this card bigger. So like this, and now we can go battle. First hit with the main guy to drive check before attacking with the other guy. So if we get a boost, we can use it. Personal Ride is pretty good. So right here, there's that. Personal Ride on their handgun is pretty fine. And we're gonna punch here just to try and put pressure on those units, not the greatest, and we get a guard out of them. That's pretty good. That means that later on, they're gonna have a more like trouble guarding against us. So now they ride on their grade 3. That's fine. They equip the shield? Why didn't they equip the spear first? Like, I know they have the spear. Why? I'm so confused. So this one, that's 20. It wouldn't even be good. We might just guard this for now, because it's a guaranteed guard. The other cards are gonna get beefier, so it's gonna be harder to guard. So we're gonna guard the it that we know we can guard. And now this one we're gonna let go, just to be safe. They might get triggers, but at this point we can't do much against it. And as I say that, they just get a crit trigger. So at 2 crits, if they get a double trigger at this point, this game's just sacking me. Come on! So now we're on 1 HP, because for some reason the NPC just got double trigger. And this card I'm gonna need to perfect guard now, because unless I get a heal trigger, I die. That's so sacky. A crit trigger is gonna help me a bit, like just making this unit easier to guard with, but I don't have the best guard. It's either I send those two. A front trigger is pretty good too. That's gonna make it so I don't need to commit anything to guard the other thing. And a heal trigger. Okay, we got kind of lucky on this, but they got so lucky on what they got to. So we're gonna do this, make it so our unit doesn't die. We could have sent it to this guy actually, because now they can punch into this. Yeah, that was a misplay on my end. But anyway, we don't really care about keeping this one, because I don't think it can even boost anyway. So we do this guy, sending probably one of those. But those are good guards. I could play this. Will I need it? Maybe. But I'm solo. I'm gonna send this to the grave. Now this card lets me pick cards in the deck. And I kind of want to draw a lot. So we're gonna do 2 of those. Because if they're used with my effect, they allow me to draw. So this here. Skill Atsudo. So we're gonna soul charge once. That's another trigger. We're gonna do this. We kind of want to soul charge again and draw 1. Okay, so now we can play this. And I don't think I want to soul charge with this one. We don't really need to. So we're gonna play one of this unit just to have it on board, and we got a lot of meteors, so it's gaining more damage and more defense. So it's a 15k, that's pretty good, and it's got 10k defense. So it's a good defender, it's a good attacker, and it's active if I have 5 or more here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on the verge, so I'm not gonna use this card's effect right now. I could, but the board's not the most threatening. So we're gonna attack here. Not use the effect. We do not want to use this. If we do, we lose the defense on this guy. So first right check, that's not the greatest. A crit trigger is pretty good. We get this on here and the power to the other one. So +2 crit, so it's dealing 2 damage. And this one's a 25 attacker. So it's gonna be harder to block. And what do they get? A sword gun. I know they have an arm in hand. So a draw trigger is kind of a pain. Because now we cannot hit this guy. Because it means that if this is... They can just use the shield to block. So I'm gonna kill this. Because last turn they didn't have a monster to play. So if I kill this, it leaves a lot of power off the board. So we destroyed this. And now end phase, they stand. They personal ride because they always do. That's gonna be a rough turn. We got some defense. We shouldn't die. But it's gonna be painful. So that's a big shield. We're gonna do this first. We're gonna try to block everything here. So we confirm with this. That's a big 15k shield. Then they're gonna hit with the Vanguard for a big amount of damage. They don't have the other arm because for some reason they discarded it. So we're gonna perfect guard this just to be safe. Using the perfect guard effect, sending this guy in hand. We don't need this anymore. So now they're gonna get no check for this one, and the other one, what is it? Okay, so no check. So we can just block the other one. That's gonna be a 30k. This is 10k. This is 20. So we can block this for sure. So we're fine for now. We block with this, confirm. And this has another effect that if your opponent's grade 3, we gain a 5k more. So we survived this turn. And next turn we need to go hard. We have our Persona Ride turn. We have a grade 3 too. So we ride with this. Persona Ride ourselves. So basically, Personal Ride is riding a grade 3 over a grade 3. So you get an ability and you get to draw a card. So with this, we're gonna do this and equip this. With those cards, we have a big field now. And with this one, we do not soul charge, but we want to draw for sure. So we still have the over trigger in the deck. That's like the big play. Denji using meteors looks so weird to you. Yeah, kinda. It's not the kind of balls he likes to play with. Usually it's football that he likes to play. But hello, Sir Lord Bob. As you're gonna see, I'm not the greatest player. I started playing this game a bit, but I kind of play it off time. I don't have that many people that plays it, so I don't play it too much offline. And right now, it's just that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta is like completely fucked for me. I really do not like how it's panning out, so we're playing other stuff. So today we're playing some Cardfight Vanguard. I really like the style of the game, and I like the flow a lot. But yeah, what are you playing? I am guessing you're a Vanguard player from your comments. So what's your deck you're playing? I think my favorite one is Zorga. I didn't play too many decks, but I really like the Zorga deck. So we're gonna go for the big turn now. Trying to kill it this turn, because if we do not, we die. So we are gonna remove probably just a trigger. I don't think it matters. From the soul. Then we equip when this card is put into your outer zone. When this card is put in missile charge. So we're gonna do one of the big one to get a lot more. And we could do this, but this is 20k, this is not doing much, and this is just bigger. So we're gonna go with this. We keep the defense. This needs... if you put 3 or more meteorites card into your drop for this cost, it gets 1 and 5. You trigger your effect twice. You don't play Deer's Days, but you like Minerva for the gameplay, I swear. Sure. I believe you, maybe because she's also a queen. But yeah, sadly, there's no, like, card shop near me that sells Vanguard card. So even if I wanted to play IRL, I couldn't. So sadly, it's not an option for me. So we're gonna pay with this card, doesn't really matter too much. And we're gonna send this, send one of this. We need to keep 5, so 1, 2... Why not send this then? We need to reduce 3 cards, or we could reduce... That's 2, that's 5, we have 1, 2... 1, 2... 3, 4. So sadly, if we want to keep our damage boost on the other guy, we need to go this way. That's going to be 5 because those big pink one counts as 2 meteorites. So we do confirm. So that's 5 meteorites spent. Now we get a big damage boost, a critical boost, and every trigger check we do is going to trigger twice. So that's pretty huge. So we get rid of this. This one triggers again. We get rid of the other guy here. And I'm gonna keep the middle one because if she wants to summon the pumpkin guy, she needs to get rid of the middle zone. So this is pretty good. This guy gains a critical too. She's using shields. She's using everything. But this is the big turn. Please a trigger. No trigger, no! We need triggers! Come on, no trigger at all? That's just unfortunate. We thinned the deck so much, but I guess we drew a lot of triggers. So this might not kill this turn then. And we might be dead next turn? She's using a lot of cards, so maybe not. Depends on the trigger she gets. I think we still have a perfect guard in hand. So for now, we're gonna make her use everything at least. So no guard, at least we got 1 hit in. Overtrigger who? I'm not a fan of Overtrigger, to be honest. Because I feel Overtrigger is just sacky most of the time. Like, it's just, well, you drew the 1-up in your... You didn't even drew, you just used the 1-up in your deck that made you win the game. Congratulations. But yeah, it's still in the deck, the Overtrigger, so maybe we have a chance of drawing it. We're gonna perfect guard this. If we need, we're gonna double perfect guard. Because we need to survive this. Like, I don't trust her to not draw a double crit trigger here. So we use the perfect guard, sending probably the ill trigger. Confirming. Then what is the drive? A draw trigger is fine. If there's no crit, if OT didn't have additional effect, they wouldn't be so painful. Yeah, like, they do everything. They are a big shield. They do other effect. Like, you get the overtrigger, you get 1000, like... Oh, actually, we need to block this. Oh, a crit trigger. No, I needed that on top of the deck. My big turn next turn, but at least it helps me survive. But yeah, like, let me just restand or let me just heal or anything. So that's just painful. We can just block with this, keep our perfect guard for later on if we do not kill next turn, which I hope we do. Like, if we do not kill next turn, we're in trouble, to be honest. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Overtrigger. I haven't played a lot with them or without them, but I can say that they're not my favorite thing. And we're gonna go final turn. Just because why not? The Branded Gate and Dragon Emperor one are crazy. And some of them just, if you draw them early game, it's just stupid. Like the Dark thing is just so strong if you get it early. Like, you basically just make it so your opponent needs to block 10k more and he needs to block another crit each turn. So it's just really, really strong. So this here, use the effect, detaching, let's say this. Then we detach and we re-equip another meteors. We're going in this turn. We need to win this turn. If we do not, we lose. So we do this, we detach the trigger. The thing is, we don't have that many triggers in the deck, but we should be fine. Now we put this. We're not gonna soul charge. At this point, it's not wise to soul charge. Because the deck is already so thin that if we soul charge, we risk the chance of soul charging the over trigger or anything. When the attack this unit boosted hits, shows up to 2 meteor from the drop and put them on the bottom of your deck in any order. If you put 2 cards, target this unit. This could be fine, but we don't really need it. I'm just gonna use it as a booster for one of those guys. And we're gonna go battle phase. So we start with the big one to get the triggers. If we get front triggers, if we get crit triggers, it's gonna be amazing. So we soul blast 1 and then we go in. So this here, I just want to see, there's 2 cards, so we don't need to go 2M on this, so we're just going to remove 3 cards to make the 5. We don't get much other than just removing the cards from the meteors, so you don't need to use the small one if you don't have more units to get rid of. You're not bothered by the over triggers at this point, not gonna lie, don't see it enough to be concerned about it. It's just a thing in this game, how they made the AI stronger sometimes is just by giving them like trigger lock. And basically you get sacked so much by triggers by the bots. It's stupid. Like, you get so much. So a perfect guard that was expected, we just need to hit once. Just one time. A front trigger is good. It's gonna make it so hard for him to block. So that's double trigger. And another one? No. Okay, so at least that's a front trigger. Sadly, we only checked a singular trigger this game. It always happens when I play Gravidia. Like, I never get the triggers. So that's another perfect guard. Not just having a better deck build or matchup understanding, just it triggers, yeah. And now we're gonna do the final one. Do they have another perfect guard? It's gonna be such a pain if they do. And they do. So we might die here. Like, depending on what they draw. We still have a perfect guard and a 20k shield. But they could draw anything, and they can get rid of our front line. We still have 4 meteors. So they don't even use it. Okay. So this is a 2 to pass. Or do I take the guaranteed block? We're gonna take the guaranteed. I do not trust them. I believe she's gonna get the overtrigger. But even if she gets the overtrigger, I'm dead here if she gets it. Because she gets the restand. Okay, no overtrigger for now. And no trigger at all. And none of those units have shield value, so we might be able to punch through next turn. This might be it, chat. But the bot battle are so oh, come on. We were 1 card away. 1. Why, game? I'm so sad right now. We're gonna go in. Full blast. Wait, we cannot attack with this? What? Why can't we attack with this? Oh no, we can. We're just not in battle phase. We didn't go into battle phase. I was so confused. So we used the effect, doing this. We're just gonna send everything because this is their last turn. So we can send 3. We cannot... Sending 4 doesn't do anything because the threshold is 1, 3, and 5. So we're sending 3 to make it so this guy getting 15,000 and a critical. We don't get the double trigger, sadly, and for some reason, even though they don't have monster, we need to trigger every single one of the meteors, one by one. It's so stupid. I don't understand why. So they use the shield, and do they have another guards? They need to have something to block 3 cards right now. And we know that's every card that can guard in their end. So no trigger. Do we get a trigger now? No. Where are our triggers? Did we draw every single trigger in the deck? Like we got a singular trigger in a drive check. So we hit on this, and I know they don't have a guard. So unless they get double heal or over trigger, we win here. And we win, finally. That was such a rough game. The NPC doesn't pull punches from sometimes. So that was a... We're on the side story right now. But yeah, the decks I have built for now, they're probably not the greatest. But I have some decks built. Like, it's not a problem of me not having the materials to build them. It's mostly me not knowing what I'm doing. So this is probably my favorite deck. Like a Zorga deck. I love the playstyle of Zorga. Like, Graves decks are always my pet deck in any deck, any game I play. So I really love playing them. They feel great, but it's not the feel I want to... Like, it's not really my style completely. This is funny. I like Chaos too. It's kind of sacky. It's not the greatest, but I like the idea of a singleton deck. Like, mostly cards are singleton. I built a Bruce, mostly built around getting double Final Rush. I like it a lot. I haven't played too much. Yeah, that's exactly why. Like, I don't know what I would want to build. Like, probably building something around Prison next, because I feel the deck's funny. I haven't built it yet. I need to look at builds. I tried to build a Blaster deck, but this Dragon's probably gonna go. Because at first I was like, oh, it seems pretty good. You get another crit on your main guy, but after watching a bit online, looking around, I realized that getting another crit each turn is not the greatest for running 4 bricks in your deck. So you can probably build this more around... This guy is just a guy that attacks, retire 2 rear guards, summon Blaster Dart goes back into the stack, and over and over. So just a summoning again. So I think if I'm to rebuild this, I'm removing the Phantom Blaster Dragon from this deck. But yeah, I think for now I'm gonna go back and continue the story. I don't think there's anything other as free missions. And I'm gonna play... This time, what do I want to play? Let's play my pet deck this time. You can probably one and call Drilling Angel to get into the soul if you discard it. Yeah, that's pretty fair. You just run 1, but running 4 is really bricky, I feel. Like, mostly, I don't know enough about this game to be able to build my deck myself yet. Like in Yu-Gi-Oh, if you get me into Yu-Gi-Oh, I can probably just build a deck from just archetypes because I know how the game works, I know the ratios I need to have, I know what works, what doesn't work for most stuff, so even if you throw me with a new archetype, I'm probably gonna be able to figure it out. But I'm so new to this game that I just don't know yet what works, what doesn't work, how many grade 1 you want, how many grade 2, grade 3, if you want spells or anything. I'm just too new to this, so I'm having fun figuring stuff out, but it sure is a journey. So for now, we're still in the story of Denji, like, overbooking? Yeah, those fights are supposed to be guys versus girls, right? Why would you? How could I not challenge you after watching you fight like that? Will you accept this? You bet I will. So basically, Denji in this little side story, because we made the main story, Denji decided to overbook himself for the day. And he booked himself to do like 3 things with 3 different girls, and they're all pissed at him now. So he's kind of stuck fixing himself. Thank you, Judge, for the follow. I hope you're enjoying your time here. So we want to keep the dragon. Oh, it's been a while since I played this deck. We want to keep the orders too, because we want to get something. Hello! Hope you're doing good. How's your day? Doo-doo. We're going a bit on Vanguard for now because I'm so tired of Yu-Gi-Oh! And tier format and everything. So we're gonna discard... at this point, we want to discard the dragon because we want it engraved. Hope you're doing well. I love that you're a Flan. Makes me happy. I'm happy you like it. Like it. Overdress made the mechanic a bit more unique. You have a good chunk of variety. Yeah, it's really overwhelming. But at the same time, once you get into it, like I used to be a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I've played a bit of Magic at the time. Never went too much into it. I played Hearthstone a lot. I played... what did I play again? I played Pokemon a bit, and I played a whole bunch of card games. Tried them out. I played Legend of Runeterra. This game feels different from any of those games, and I love it. Like, it feels so fresh. Now I never know. Can I just play this guy and play this afterward? I don't know if it works. But I'm in no hurry. It's turn 1. I don't need to flood the board for now, so I think I'm just gonna pass and wait for next turn to do it. But yeah, this game, the thing is, this game isn't a free format, so you need to pay to get the game. So it's already a commitment that you might not know if you like the game. Oh, we got a D skill too. So we're gonna take the damage. We need Counter's Blast anyway. And you don't know if you're gonna like the game, and afterwards... it's still a lot to learn from zero. But this game isn't too bad to learn, I feel. Like, it feels natural to play. After 1 or 2 games, you're gonna feel it. Like, most cards are so straightforward that you start not even looking at them at the end, because you understand what they do. So we're gonna send this, and this card's gonna allow me to add it back. So we do this, that's basically a free ride at this point. We add it back to our hand. And by the way, for those that are not sub, there's going to be a small ad break coming soon to keep the pre-roll off a bit. So if you guys want to grab yourself some snacks, some water, we're going to be right back. You're not going to miss too much, so feel free to go grab yourself something, and we're going to be right back after the ad break. So we're going to use the dog. The dog sends a card to the grave. We want to send probably... at this point, we might send this. We already have one in hand, so I don't know. Maybe we send this, actually. Because we kind of need this in the grave at one point to get rid of our dragons. So we could do a double drive check. This could be good. Standard format, you like the anime too. It's pretty wholesome. Yeah, it really is. It's not overblown, the anime. It's just standard stuff. You... have people that enjoy playing card games. That's basically it. Standard format is fairly straightforward as a format. Not instantly absurd combo. I could get into one of those combos, but yeah, Vanguard has some insane shit. Yeah, I'm guessing that after years of, like, I think there's been a change in format. So not every card is available in the normal, but I imagine that every card game over time gets crazy, power crept and everything. I'm not gonna lie, I thought you said the dog says, and I was gonna let it right through. So we either do this to get another unit or another drive check. I think I'm gonna start with this because I kinda want card in the graveyard, so we're gonna pay this as a cost. I could have played this first, I kinda... and now we wanna call... probably this guy. Under this. So we discarded some card. We can't get this guy back just for more damage. It's gonna be a 15k guy. We don't do the crit right now because we're not even gonna be able to punch with this. So, oh, I could have went with another, but I don't really want a Soul Blast for this. So we're gonna not activate this, and we're gonna go battle. So first off, we're gonna hit with the dog. That's gonna be the harder one to hit later on. if he gets a guard or anything. So no trigger, that's pretty good. And now we punch with the Vanguard to do a trigger check. This here is gonna be not guarded. So we get a crit trigger, that's amazing. So basically crit trigger gives us a crit and damage. So because we don't need the damage to punch over this, we're gonna give the damage to the other guy, but a crit to the main guy that we already know is gonna hit. So now we do two cards of damage. So they're already at 3 damage unless they get something. A front trigger is kind of annoying. It's negating some of our damage. A perfect guard is so good though. Getting rid of a perfect guard is amazing. And now they block this. And welcome back everyone. I hope the ad wasn't too bad. I tried to play around with it a bit to make it so there's not too many pre-roll for people that joins. And that people that stays in the stream don't get too many ads. So they revealed this, they called this, that's fine, that's just a 6k, they're gonna punch. I'm gonna let it go, because 10k, 1 damage isn't too much. They only get 1 drive check. That's gonna be a 16k, that's fine. A draw trigger is amazing. We can just boost this, then this doesn't hit, so he's gonna kill probably my dog. Yeah, he's killing the dog. That's fine. We got a draw too. I don't really want to protect the dog, to be honest. It doesn't do much. So now he's gonna destroy this. Wait, they committed a PG. What an idiot. Yeah. Well, that's the NPC, to be honest. Like, you can't expect much. Oh, we drew a dragon. Nice. So now we do this. We can do something funny. So what you do is you call over the dragon, so it goes back into the grave. Then we use this guy's ability to make it so our next like spell that use a counterblast use 0. Then we use this ability, soul blasting this guy, sending. We kind of want to send this because we're gonna get it back anyway. So we send this. We get this back. Then we move this back to the back line. We kind of want to go in this turn. They don't seem to have that many guards, to be honest. Yeah, Zorging time. That's what I like about, like, Alchem Magic feels so good. So we do this thing, or we do this one actually, because we already have one in the grave of this, but we don't want to have one of this one. This one makes it so everything gets more damage. So we Alchem Magic with this, confirm. We don't pay for costs, and we get rid of another one. So now we bind this. Then we can call. What are we gonna call? What do we want to call actually? We have already all the zones set. We probably want to call this over this guy to gain a bit more damage. Then we have 3 dragons in the grave already, so that's amazing. The worst feeling with Zorga is never hitting your dragon. Like, if you don't get dragons, you're crying. You're crying tears. So many tears. So we're gonna call this guy. So that's a 25k too. So that's 38k in each column. That's really good. We don't want to use this one. Yeah, Toya's deck actually relies on grade 3, so that's why you haven't seen much. Yeah, exactly. Like, I really do not like this deck. I feel it's so bad. It's not the playstyle I like to play, at least. I know some people like it, but it's not the game I want to play. Like, a lot of grade 3, I really do not like it. There's not many guards in the deck. And there's not many cards that can defend, so he might just be dead here. So that's 2 damage. That's 1 without trigger, so that should be fine. Another without trigger, so now he needs to block every single attack we have. And I do not think he can. Yeah, Bastion gets rolled really quick if you've got a fast deck, so that's double guard. But the thing is, I have triple trigger, so I might have a chance. Do I greed it? It's 2 to pass. We're gonna hit, right? Who's ready to gamble? Let's go. The right play was to put it on the dragon for sure. But we're gonna hit. See? See? I told you! And now we punch over the defense and we basically win here. It's that easy. Another trigger too. Never punish exactly. Now we're gonna put it on the side just to make sure that if he gets enough heal or an over trigger or anything, we can punch again. And this is over. Never punish exactly. We drew a trigger on every single like damage check. But yeah, that's why I like Zorga. Zorga's my deck that I started with. I found it. I loved it. I was playing Blue Zorga at first, but I just feel Blue Zorga is not as good as Grave Zorga. And the story is not really that important. That was really tough. Like, so hard. Compared to the last girl that played Bafraska, like, the girl was so strong. So now we've beaten this guy. That's Booby-chan. Like, some of those cards, like, if we go see some of the cards, like, they made, there's a little anime archetype. I should look into them at some point, but I just find it crazy that, like, some cards, it's just anime. Like, anime girls doing stuff. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, basically this deck I could try. Those are new cards. We could try pulling into them. I don't know what any of them do, but they're basically idols, so that's really fun. And there's the rarity now that we can get, so that's pretty cool. This, I want to make a version with this card now. Like, I haven't updated my version, but I want to try to do an overdress deck one time to see how it does. I've done one before, but I didn't do one with X overdress. So I'm gonna try it probably. It's like idol, mermaid, cat girl, vampire. Well, I'm sad that there's no real vampire archetype, because I like my vampires. In every game I play, if I can play a vampire archetype, I will. And I've heard that Aqua Force is actually really, like, this apparently is similar to, like, I know a deck that was like Vampire Pirate in the older formats, and I would have loved to play them because apparently it's a Grave deck too. And Grave decks, vampires, those are kind of the thing I want to play. But yeah, like I said, I don't know anything about the older formats. I only started with Deer Day. Nitros, yeah. I kind of want to, like, if one day they come back or anything, I kind of want to play them because they feel like the deck I would be the most comfortable with. Like in Yu-Gi-Oh, I play every zombie deck, every graveyard deck, and in Magic, I used to play pure black. So you can kind of see the kind of card game player I am. I just play decks that play a lot with the graves and everything, so that's kind of the style I play. I used to play in Hearthstone, I used to play a lot of Warlock. Like, I like the control style. So we want to keep this. This we don't really want in the end. This we don't want. This we don't want. This we keep because we need it for the later turns. Nitros could happen, you never know. Even though they'd probably be basic and bring back Ashak as a main character user. Yeah, maybe. I don't know the anime too much. I know some people watched it on a Discord I'm in at one point, but I haven't watched it a lot. This girl's the one that makes it, yeah, it makes it so we can do a big combo with her. I'm probably gonna remove one of this because I want to keep those two. Perfect guards are amazing. So this is probably going, as sad as it is. Like, is it ever this guy? Because I don't think there's any way to get it back from the grave. So that's the sad part. Like, every single card in my hand is good. So that's so hard to choose what I want to remove. Oh, what do I want? Do I need... Because this is basically a perfect guard early game. So as sad as it is, I think the perfect guards might be the one I get rid of. Because this is gonna block anything, and then double perfect guard, most of the time you're gonna get that you can't use both of them easily. So as sad as it is, I'm sacking a perfect guard. So we're gonna draw a card because we went second. This is pretty good. We're not gonna use our cards as of now because we're gonna wait a bit, because if we get another soul charge, we can do a lot there. We don't need to put too much pressure right now, so we're just gonna attack. Do a drive check, hope we get something. A heal trigger is kind of bad right now. It doesn't do much, we don't have it in the deck. But at least it's some defense. It's you'll be fine, yeah. I don't remember, yeah, it's Overdress. It's an Overdress deck. I don't know if the AI is that good at playing Overdress, to be honest. So they're superior calling this, overdressing this, drawing 2 card. So that's a pretty good one. That's like the better one that they can get. So this here, I'm gonna block the first one and let the second one hit. In case they do like a critical trigger or anything, I don't want to take 3 damage on turn 1. That's kind of too spooky for me. So now this is gonna punch into it. I'm gonna let it go because I kind of need the counter blast anyway. Like, I just love this game that the damage is the resources that you use. Oh, I wanted that. I actually wanted that. So now, oh, okay, never mind. We got it anyway. So at this point, this guy I don't really need it that much. I prefer to keep a bigger guard. Like this, sure, it's another soul. Because that's still 1 turn off, but that's 20k shield. But is there that much of a difference? It's gonna be... Okay, I changed my mind. I'm gonna keep the equip guy just in case we need another soul in there. Because his deck can be kind of hard to get soul sometime. I revealed both those cards. Then I'm putting this under the deck. It's in the soul now, yeah. Okay, so we got one guy in the soul. That's kind of bad as a soul charge. I might want to do this girl now. It's a counter blast, and this would give me double soul charge. And this would allow me to destroy the overdress. Like, I don't want this to stay on the board so they don't dress over it. So I think I'm doing it. It's not the greatest play, but it's a play nonetheless. So we're gonna use the ability, paying with this, just to get the soul charge rolling a bit. If we get the unicorn, that's pretty great. We do this, then this effect. We put them in the same column so they can attack the other guy. So now we're at 5 cards. We could do something with this, but I don't feel it's necessary. We're gonna punch first into the Vanguard to try and get damage. Let's see if we can get damage in. Our crit trigger is pretty good. So we do this, we do this. So we do 2 for the hit, and we have a bigger guy now. We only do 1 drive check because we're only grade 2. Yeah, that's exactly the guy I don't want them to equip over. And that's a great foregone. Even though we could do another damage right now, I'm getting rid of this. I do not want them to have a card with overdress on the field. It's spooky. Like, how you beat this deck from playing it myself is you remove their dress from the field. If they do not have anything, a D-skill could be scary. So now they get this. I usually don't try to put these skills on me because I feel it just makes it so I don't learn as much. Like, if you have a skill that lets you do more stuff than you should be able to in multiplayer or against player, it's just making you, like, not learn as much. Yeah, it suffers from being cucked on resources, exactly. From having playing it myself, I know what it can and cannot do. So now with this, I'm gonna let the Vanguard hit because it's not the scariest. They're getting double drive check, but it's fine. And we're only at 1 damage, so we can take some damage. We need the soul charge anyway if we want to use the girl again. So that's 1 damage. That's not too bad. So damage check, nothing good. Now they're gonna punch again with this guy. That's fine. The skill activates. I can even let this go. I don't think I need to use anything. No, my girl's gone. My girl, what did you do to her? So we're taking this kind of to hope they can't heal trigger anyway. That's kind of the goal. Now I'm gonna punch into this. That's fine. I'm gonna let it go. That's not too bad. It did its job of soul charging. And now we draw for turn. Stand and draw. So we write this. This girl, if she hits, she's soul charge 1. She's pretty good. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one, because we are not that scared right now. When this unit is rolled upon, soul charge 1. If this soul charge card was a trigger, draw a card. If it was a normal unit, choose one card from your soul, call it. So we're gonna do this. Okay, so we drew a card. Then we want to use this card. This is basically, I discard a card from my hand, look at the top 3 card, choose a card from among them and put it into your hand, choose one of them, call it, and put the rest into soul. So basically, I'm gonna pay this one, and I'm gonna send... This one is only if they have crits or more. So I don't think that's too scary for now. I'm gonna get rid of it. So this here, we're gonna see what we get. Okay, so we got a perfect guard. So that's okay. Adding to my end. At this point, is the perfect guard better than just a normal guard? Because the thing is, if I get a perfect guard, I can't use both of them. Caius, which is Caius again? Oh yeah, this guy, the Chaos guy. I love this guy, it's so funny to use. That wasn't the greatest thing we could have gotten. So adding to my end, I'm probably adding this little guy. Then calling, I'm gonna call this girl under this. And I'm soul charging the perfect guard. So now I want to call this guy here. I do not want to use the effect because I'm stopping it. I want to stop activating, please. The UI sometime. Then I'm calling this girl. And I might just put one of those guys in. So I'm gonna call this. Then I go battle. I punch with this guy first into the Vanguard. Seeing what I can do. Doing 1 damage. Are they gonna get a trigger? That's a trigger that's kind of a pain. So that's mean I'm probably not using this guy. So I'm punching with a Vanguard now. Like, do I really want to punch with the guy on the right? If I restand, he's going into the soul. I already have one of those guys into the soul, so that's the painful part. If I don't, he's probably gonna clear it anyway. So I think there's no reason not to restand it. Then I use this guy's effect, giving him more damage. More power. Then he's guarding with both. So that's a huge card that he committed. That's pretty good. That's a good card. That's such a good card. Oh, this is a really good one. It's gonna allow us to get back one of the guy in the soul. So now we punch with this. See if he's got another guard. Oh, he's getting rid of his dress. That's really good. We're driving the resources out. And now I want to make sure this girl hits. I should have hit with her first because this guy now doesn't do anything. But we're still... It's kind of a misplay, but it didn't matter in the end of the day. And we're gonna punch this. She hit, so she's gonna soul charge 1. Another one of those. We don't want those in the soul. So we're gonna get rid of this, confirm, send it to the soul. Sadly, we have a lot. Hello, Ardern. Thank you for following. Hope you're enjoying your time here. What did I choose? I don't remember what I chose. At the end of the turn, this unit, if your soul has 10 more. Okay, so we could do this. This would be if we look at the soul. Yeah, it's soul charge. I just clicked and didn't realize. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 right now, so I think we need to use her. Because if we do not, we're so far away from the 13. So we're at 10. Counter charging, I kind of want to counter charge anything, it doesn't really matter. Now this card goes into the soul. We're at 12, but 3 of those are duplicates right now. So it's it's not really 12, it's more like 10. So we need 3 more cards into the soul with different name to get a big effect. So taking 1 damage, that's fine. We got a lot of blocks still. This could be spooky. Because this gets another attack, right? Send this unit and it gets more damage. Yeah, exactly. So that's 31k. Do we die here? I actually think we let this one hit to make sure we are... Because if we block with this, that's only 28. We could block with this too. That's 33. That's the first hit blocked. And then we can perfect guard afterward. But we don't have the biggest, like, return afterward. But we might need to do this. So do we want to get rid of this or this? This is... getting us Counter Blast 1. Choose a grade 1 or less card from your soul. Call it if your soul has 10 or more cards with different name. A grade 4 instead. So we're gonna do both of those to try and survive. So right now that's gonna be the guard. Because this guy can restand. So we need to be careful. At this point, we'd still need to discard with this. So we're gonna need to bank everything on them not hitting a trigger. That's a grade 4. So I think we are dead here. Because we could perfect guard this. But if they get any single type of triggers and get a crit trigger, they can just punch over this. But at the same time, if they get a crit, we might get lucky. But if we don't guard now, we die for sure because the crit would be applied on this and this would hit afterward. Oh, and they get a crit for sure. So we are mostly dead. Wait, why are they putting the crit trigger there? Does this restand? I don't understand why they put the crit there. It's perfect guarded. Do we survive? They didn't even restand. Okay, that was weird to be honest. So we're gonna write this. That's actually a pretty good card what we just drew. So this guy here. This one. Card from your cards into your soul. What does this do again? And call it to rear guard or put it... Look at the top card of your deck. So, because I'm pretty sure this one could have restood. Like, I'm pretty sure I was dead this turn. But for some reason, I'm not. I'm not gonna complain. When this unit is placed on rear, draw a card, choose a card from your hand, put it into the soul. Then if your soul has 8 or more, this gains 10,000. If your soul has 10 or more. So I'm gonna start with activating this guy's ability. Counter blasting anything, doesn't really matter. Sending this to the grave. This isn't a card I like that much. Like, I tried it, it's a new card. Oh, I saw those cards. Those are really good hit. So we can add from your end into your soul and draw a card. So okay, so now we want to add this into the end actually, because this isn't really useful. We can call it. If we get this, we add this into the end, we do this, we won't have a card to put, but we can add this, put in their soul in its place. Okay, so we're adding this to the end, we're calling this over here, and we're using this guy, so we're soul charging. We're getting solo on cards with this, so this guy's gonna gain a lot of attack. So just like that. Then we do into the soul, doing the unicorn, getting rid of some, twirler, fair and balanced, exactly. I heard that this card was like so expensive in the real card game. Like it used to be so expensive from what I heard. Okay, so this here, double charge. We're trying to go for the kill this turn. I don't know if we're gonna be able to, but sadly, we soul charge every single one of this guy, the white guy. Like, we don't have any more. So we're gonna do this here. Call this, use the effect. Paying this guy. We got so many of this guy in the soul. Oh, it's still expensive. So this here. Then choose one of your opponent's free card for every 4 cards in your soul and retire them. This could be really good, to be honest. Like, we place this into the soul, then we summon this guy. Can I go into my end? We call this guy, if I remember correctly what he does, I can activate the ability, Counterblast 1, send this girl to the soul, like $30 copy even after getting reprinted. That's still pretty good, but it's nothing compared to Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh cards can go for $70 easily. So now that we don't have restant, so we're gonna attack with this guy first to get the effect on everyone. Big effect, getting a lot of attack on everyone. So everyone's getting 10k. And now he needs to block every single thing. So that's first drive check, not the greatest. Second drive check. A draw trigger could help us survive some stuff. So we got a 63k line. We don't need to add more power to this one. And we're not passing through the main line, so we're gonna add it to the left one. So we got 50k, 63k. A normal player would probably let this go and block the other one or block one. If he cannot block both of them and he doesn't get a heal, I might win here. A crit trigger's kind of fine. I'm pretty sure there was a Vanguard card which goes around 1000, but it's a limited copy art and stuff. What surprises me, I think it's still the meme, but if you know Magic, there's a card named Black Lotus. Oh, they drew the over trigger. Okay, so we weren't going through them this turn. But still, we did a lot of damage. They're on 5 damage, and we got a big... We don't have a big end, actually. So we might just die here. Like, we got double blocker. A crit is pretty good. It's gonna help us survive. Like this. Making it so we're 23k, so they need more damage to get through. Okay, so that's fine. This, I'm gonna block a lot. So this here, I'm gonna block like this. And I'm gonna intercept with this. Because I do not want to die. So now they need 2 to pass. So that's 1 gun. That's a perfect guard though, so we're not getting through next turn. And I'm pretty sure I die if I don't get through next turn. But yeah, Black Lotus, as I was saying, is a card like that would sell for more than a card, to be honest. It was so expensive. It was stupid expensive. So this card's dead, that's fine. But I don't think I have the damage to get through this guy. And I'm solo on card, like that's my final turn for sure. We are not riding. Now this is... Play this with Counterblast 1, then choose one of your unit, get 10,000. I could draw a card with this. Like that could be good. It gets 10,000 until the end phase. I'm gonna start with this actually. So we use this, we get really low on card. We discard this. Like, we might not be able to use the other thing. Oh, the over trigger. It's in the bottom of the everything. So this girl is necessary. So I saw those cards. Okay, so I want to add the over trigger to my end. I want to summon this girl right here. Then I do this. Wait, I can't even use her? Place when this unit is placed on rear guard from end. Oh, I misread her. No, I lose here then. I could just move this forward, try to get as much damage as I can, but I might just lose because of this. So we played this then. Do we have the cards? We don't. If we do this, we lose to no cards in deck. So we can't even use this card because we're gonna draw a card. No. So we just go battle, punch here, and hope we can get through. This is the final stand, guys. That's always what happens with Chaos. You get so low on card. Not even perfect guarding. Drive check. So nothing. I don't even know if we have triggers anymore. So I know he has a perfect guard in there. I think we lose here. Yeah, that's a perfect guard. Does he have another one? Or does he have any kind of guard? If he does, he wins here, sadly. Like this here. Yeah, he does. Another perfect. But with another perfect, we might be able to guard, but I don't think we can beat him though. Because what happens, if we draw and we have zero card, we don't lose instantly, right? We have one more turn. So this, we're gonna make sure we block with the big guy and hope he doesn't get a trigger. If he does, we lose. A heal trigger, that's the worst kind. Because now we die. I think, is it still the other title? Oh, you got a 4BC crook. Is that what you mean? And another trigger. Oh, I die instantly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. That's why Chaos is kind of a weird thing. Let's go. Congrats on the 4BC. We're just gonna send cards at him. Why not? We lost because we didn't read this card. Reading. We could have known that this would be my outdoing and we even get the draw trigger as the last card. So we lost to... Did they say what we lost to? No, they don't. Because I think we actually lost to drawing there because the card, the damage didn't go into the damage zone. We drew a draw trigger, which meant we had no card in deck to draw, and we actually lost to that. That was painful. But now we go again, and this time we're gonna use this guy's Danji's deck. We're gonna try... Yeah, it counts as both. We lost both ways. But yeah, I like Chaos, but I don't think my build's the greatest. I probably should try to get someone that knows more about the game to help me figure stuff out. Like, I've got a friend that knows more, and they said at one point they might be willing to help me, but they just got a lot of stuff to do, so... For now, it's nothing. I'm just playing. So this, we don't want this one. What does this one do again? I really hate. I used to just hover and read with this. I hate that it does that now. When this unit attack, if you're in final rush, this unit. So it's a late game one. We don't want it early. This unit gets Medicaid. When this unit hits, I'm gonna go for survival early on. So I'm gonna keep that as a shield. So that's a better end, to be honest. Like, as a bruise deck, you kinda just want to survive. If you can survive, you're doing good. So this guy is gonna use the effect. I'm calling this. I'm just using this guy because I prefer this guy over the 0 unit of this, like, clan or anything. So what does this one do again? Okay, it's just a bigger shield. And phase, we're gonna end on this. We don't have a battle phase. Yeah, Bruce is attack and pray. It's basically you survive till turn 3 and hope you don't die. But now we got the Great Force, so on turn 4 we're gonna be able to do a lot. We're gonna let this go through. I don't believe, yeah, the odds of them getting a drive check at this point on one thing on a 40 card deck is not that high. This is fine, we don't need her that much. And now we got a pretty good end to survive. This, we're gonna send the other draw trigger because they're not the greatest. Then we use this effect, put this back into the soul. Then draw a card. This is pretty good. I think I'm just punching him, to be honest. Like, battle, punch him for 1 damage. See what it does. I remember this card being pretty okay. Damage check. not the greatest. I liked when I hit like perfect guard on damage check. Put it into your hand. Okay, that's pretty good. So he's superior calling this. Overdressing for this. That's one of the best you can get. He's drawing 2. I could have not given him the damage actually. But I kind of wanted the drive check. Right now, this is probably the better guard I could do. Like, this is gonna be a 20k shield in not long. This is a 5k. If you're in Final Rush, counter blast 1 and put rear guard into soul. Choose a card from your soul, put it into the end. I think I'm just guarding with this. Because I'm gonna let the other guy pass through. But I don't want both of them to hit me. So now I'm making it a trick star in the end is kind of scary for him. That's resources you can use to overdress. So this one I'm gonna let it go through. I want to take the damage, kind of preventing him from ill triggering and giving me resources. A crit trigger would have been good earlier, but I couldn't. I had no way of knowing that I would get a crit trigger here. I'm fumbling on my words. So riding Bruce, we're getting all the triggers today. I don't really want this guy unless what do I have in my soul? Nothing that interesting. Like this could be a good card. But I don't think I need to use the little dragon. So I'm gonna do Bruce here. And I don't want a final rush right now. I'm in no position to final rush. Like this, counter blast 1, soul charge 1, then if you are, perform all the following, 6 or more, draw a card. 8 or more. Okay, so we're gonna do this to trigger final rush is next turn. So we're gonna go and a main and just, I think at this point I'm just getting rid of this, or am I? I want to push damage actually. Getting rid of this, I know he's got another trick star in the end, so it's not doing much. A draw trigger is amazing, giving me more resources for later on. Because this deck runs a lot out of card real fast, so you want the most draw trigger you can get. So now we're doing the big hit. I love that there's special animation for every boss monster. Like, it's such a good touch. There's some stuff I don't like about this game, like the deck builder and everything, but the aesthetic of it is so good. So the skill of this, soul blasting one, revealing this, adding it to the end. This one's gonna do this, getting a trick star, overdressing, drawing 2 again. He's got such a huge hand. The advantage he got this turn is crazy. So attacking with this, I might let this one go through, but this deck is scary, so I'm gonna block this, making it 2 to pass, so we're kind of safe depending on the trigger it gets. A perfect guard is a pain. And a great 4, that's a pain. It's gonna be so much next turn. Like, next turn is gonna be scary. So this guy cannot hit into, then we can just draw a trigger to block this one, and we're fine. So that's a 5k here. So we took no damage this turn at least. That's pretty good. So now we use Bruce effect, we're in Final Rush. Then we ride the Great 4, and now we start going in. So we want to start by playing... Oh, we drew the over trigger again. So let me read this again. At the end of battle, this unit attack. If you're in Final Rush, counter blast 1, soul blast 5, stand all front row unit, and this unit gets drive -2. That's really good, but we don't have that many units. We can soul charge 4 here. Draw a card. All front row unit gets 10,000 until end of turn. I'm for sure playing this. And the thing is, I kind of want to do this one. We got triple perfect guard. This girl is pretty good. That's a 20k shield. So that's really good. now do I want to use this now? Probably. So we're paying this to as Counterblast cost. Then still charging 4. Drawing a card. Getting damage. And we could do this one. Because if we do this, use this guy's effect, we can remove both his overdress. That's pretty good, to be honest. So we summon this guy. We don't really care about his effect. So we use the ability, paying a Counterblast here, sending this. Then we gotta okay it. We don't want to use the effect of Final Rush, I think. I saw those card. So now I want to call Soul Charge 1, and if your Vanguard is Diabolist, Violence, Bruce, choose up to 1 card in your soul, call it to open. That's pretty good. This guy, what does it do? Based on rear, Counterblast 1. I don't have a Counterblast anymore, so we can't do anything with this. So I think we're just getting this guy. Oh, we can call more than one, actually. We can call a lot. Can we call all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's crazy. So this guy here. This little guy here. Then this little girl here. Then this guy here, why not? So confirm. One sec. So we have call when this unit attack hits, and if your Vanguard is Diabolist, Violence, Bruce. Diabolist, Violence, Bruce. The thing is, this is not Diabolist, Violence, Bruce. So this one's not doing anything. So at this point, I might go for the more damage. This one is a 15k. If battles all opponent unit in the column, that doesn't do much. This is probably still the better one. This is 5k, this is 5k. I think this for 2. This. Confirm. So this here, why not? This here, and this here. Confirm. Just like that. That was a brain lie. My brain farted a lot there. It was so... There was too many options there. So we go battle. We don't boost. We punch here because we're gonna use the Final Rush actually this turn. We're going in. We're trying to finish this off as fast as we can. Heal triggers a pain because he's at 2 still. So that's alting our assault a lot. So we're attacking this with this. No boost. No guard is good. I know he's got a perfect guard. That's a grade 4 gun. Not gonna matter that much. But still pretty good. Now with the Vanguard, he's gonna double guard. A Trickstar gun is so good. So drive check, that's a triple drive check because we're a grade 4. Heal trigger is pretty good. But we can't use it that much. So we're gonna do on this so we can hit next time. Because he's a bit weak to hit over. So we got another Bruce. Not the greatest. I don't think we can't personal ride on a grade 4. So sadly, not the greatest. Wait, we couldn't use the thing? Oh, we need a Counterblast actually. I'm dumb. We needed a Counterblast to be able to use it. I completely forgot about that. So we're taking 1 damage. A draw trigger is pretty good. Making it so we're tankier a bit. I should have put this guy on the left probably, so if one of my unit dies, I can revive it. Another overdress. So this one's hitting. I think I want to block this with one of those guys, or probably this girl. So it's a 2-2 pass. Should be fine enough. I don't think he's gonna go for the 2-2 pass if he gets a trigger. So should be enough to block the hit. A front trigger actually makes it scary because now if he gets it, he can move it over. So no trigger there, please not another one. Okay, phew, we're fine, we're fine. So now this guy, I'm just gonna perfect guard. Or am I? It's only 1 crit. He's using the skill. Counter blasting. Damage isn't that important. The crit is important though. Like, I got a counter blast. I don't need to take this damage. So I'm gonna perfect guard it just to make sure I don't die. I could have used the other guy, but it's not that important. It gains 5 crit. And if this unit stands this turn, it gets 1 critical. That's pretty good. Counter blast 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guard, retire it. So we don't need this one actually, because we cannot ride over it. So probably sending the Bruce. And we confirm. We perfect guard this, so now we're safe. They got a huge hand. Now they under-equip everything, so it's weaker by a lot. We're resolving this, getting Final Rush. And now we're stronger with those. And we don't ride anything. And we might be able to end it this turn. So we start by using this guy. Getting rid of this. Oh no, we don't want actually to use that. Because we want to do the final call. Like, we want to do the final rush thing, so we can't use the effect, sadly. So we're gonna call... This guy doesn't do anything actually. It's gating 1 critical more, but I don't think we need it for now. So we're just gonna go punch. We're not gonna overextend. We got a huge hand. We don't need anything more. So we're punching with this, not boosting, into this. Seeing what he gets. Like this. Let's see what we get. That's 1 damage. He's 2 away from dying. Now we don't boost with this. We punch here. No guard 2. That's fine. Then another damage check. A front trigger is a pain. It's really a pain actually. It's gonna make it so hard to punch through. So now we punch here. He's double guarding. That's pretty good. That's showing respect to Bruce. Another perfect guard. So we got so many perfect guards. A crit trigger is pretty good. So we're gonna put this on here. Confirm. So that's a big guy. We're not getting through with the main guy anyway. So another drive check. A draw trigger is pretty good too. This is 19. I'm gonna put this here so I can kill the overdress guy. So we're not getting through. We're gonna try to punch through first. Bruce is gonna resolve. Make a paying with the cost. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. We just pay the first card we see. And now everything restands in the front row. And we get another drive. So everything restands. So now we go again. Punch here. And now we use the baby dragon. He's guarding. That's expected. Like that. Now we use Bruce to hit the Vanguard. He's guarding again. Getting rid of his end. Like, it's a lot of resources he's using. Another check. That's fine. And at this point, do I want to force... Does this do anything on his turn? This unit gets all the original attack of all of its original dress. When this card attack a grade 3 or greater, if this card is in the overdress state, counter blast 1, this unit gets this, at the end of battle, puts all unit. So he doesn't have anything to use with this, so I think I'm going to force his end. There's no reason for me to attack the rear guard here. So another guard, that's to be expected. We know he still has a perfect guard in end. Stand and draw. That's only what you're doing? That's fine. We do this. That's gonna be a huge shield. Finally, we're gonna be able to use this card. It should be... Oh, it's after we get it. Oh, I misread that, actually. But that's fine, we can just use 2 of them. Make sure we block 2 attack. This should be fine enough to block the trigger. Another perfect guard is such a pain. But yeah, I misread that. You need to get it first for this card to be a 20k. So that's fine. We're gonna let the other hit us. Yeah, just like that. We're gonna let it hit. No guard. The thing is, I don't see how I'm punching through. Because this guy's got so many perfect guards in his hand. Like, we are in Final Rush again. But what are we doing? Like, when this card attack, I can get a lot of damage. But it's not doing anything. If we attack with Bruce, the thing is we cannot attack next turn with Bruce. So basically, this is the final rush turn. If we do this, that's drawing a card. That's soul charging 4. We die from this. We cannot use it. Probably just summoning this girl too. Like, those guys are not doing anything anymore. So we're gonna do this girl here over this guy. We cannot use the other guy because we need to have the Counter Blast for the final rush. We just short can use the final rush right now. So we're gonna use this summon over this. And we're going all in at this point. Like, we really need damage. We don't want to call this. We want to call this here. So that we get more stuff. Then we go battle phase. We punch with this. Don't boost. Attack into the Vanguard. Force a card. So that's one of the guard gun. Let's see if we can get through this guy's end. He's got so much resources. So we punch with her. Don't boost. She's getting 10k. So she's a 20k attacker at this point. Another guard. So that's 2 gun. Then Bruce is gonna attack with this little guy now. And that's the first perfect guard gun. I think he's got 2, maybe 3 even. Because we saw a lot of perfect guards in his draw. So that's 1. Do we get anything good? 2, that's not really good. 3, that's really not that good. So we didn't get that many stuff that are interesting in this. Now we use this guy's effect, making it go into the soul. Boosting this guy. And then we use Bruce one last time to restand everyone. Counter Blast. Pay for cost anything, that doesn't matter. And we pay here. Counter Blasting 5. Making it so we restand every front row unit. And now we go for the kill. We hope we can go for the kill. So we boost and we punch. Does he have enough defense to block everything? That is the big question. So that's another perfect guard. That's fine. And hello, Hatchet. Yeah, we're Vanguard streaming today because Yu-Gi-Oh is messed up for me. And that's a third perfect guard. So I think we can pull through with the other guy. So that's one drive check. We are still able to get back next turn, so I think we're fine anyway. Like, our end is so big that even if we do not kill this turn, we're gonna be able to kill without attacking with Bruce. Look at that, he had 4. He had every single perfect guard. That's crazy. So now if we can just survive a turn, we should be fine. He's got 1 card in hand. Attack. I'm just gonna guard with this at this point. I don't even care. Like, the only thing that passes through is an over trigger at this point. And they never draw it, right? They never draw the over trigger. Okay, so that's fine. And now the other guy. Yeah, nothing interesting. He's got 1 guard in there. So that's spooky a bit. But we can still block this. We block this with... this one, what does it do again? Put this unit into your soul. Choose one of your rear guard and gets 2000 until the end. And if your soul has 7 or more card, your opponent can trade. Oh, that's a shame because I could have used that earlier. So we do this guy. No, we just do... Why are we struggling this much? Like, just do a perfect guard at this point. Like, we have enough stuff and we're not getting another turn. So we do perfect guard, ditching another perfect guard because we're not gonna use it. And then we block here. And we hope we can kill this turn. So we get final rush again. Bruce here is weaker than any other card on the field. We do not ride. We're gonna call final turn because if we kill here, it just gives us more points. Like, if we don't kill here, we just die. So anyway, we could ride this, but it doesn't do anything to ride this. Like, it gives us a soul, but does getting a soul more matters? Like, this only works if your soul is 7 or more. And this might be not that good, to be honest. I might just get it out of the deck. So we won't ride. Now we want to use this guy's summon. Look at the same number of cards. Opponents choose any number of call them or put the rest into your soul. We can't even use this guy because we're gonna die if we do. So we do this. This is just stronger than the 4k here, so we call this here. And the dragon, what is it? It's an 8k, that's fine. So this is the strongest board we can do. Let's hope it's enough. Like this, punch here. We cannot attack with Bruce right now. So that's a guard. That's the guard we saw. That's fine. And will we be able to punch through? There's no perfect guard in the end. We know what the end is. So that's 28k. Does he have... He needs to have 2 guards to block this. And now we need to... Okay, he had the overtrigger. We just lose here. This guy had the overtrigger. Like, he had everything. 4 perfect guard into an overtrigger. Like, we're gonna end phase test if we draw the last card of our deck, if we lose. But this was just an unfortunate game. Like, it was... Oh, he just used that. Makes us damage check and we lose. Oh, that was unfortunate. What was that? 4 perfect guard. That was such a painful game. I'm salty about this one. He anime protagonist me. He blocked a full final rush thing. So we could pull a bit of cards. We could go into the new pack. Like, let's pull some cards. And see what we get. So let's buy some cards and pull them. See what we get. See if we get anything interesting. So right here, what did we get? Cute anime girl. This here. Oh, a book. I would like to be able to zoom in now, but I can't really. Okay, now I can. When this is rolled upon. Okay, so that's the starter. Play this if you have a Vanguard with Kyuka in its name. Perform all the following. 2 or number of unit of your units. 2 or more grade 1's unit draw 2 cards. Choose a card from hand, discard it. 2 or more grade 2 unit. Choose one of your units and it gets 10,000. 2 or more grade 3. Counter charge 1. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a heal trigger. If you have a Vanguard with this in its name. I want to select this one here. In its name, put this into your soul, look at the top card of your deck and put it into the bottom of the deck. And if you put it on the bottom of your deck, choose one of your units, get 5k. I still have no idea what those girls are like wants to do. They're pretty. Oh, that's a cute card. Like, that's a real cute card with the border and everything. When this unit is placed on rear from end, if you have a Vanguard with Azeroth in its name, put a grade 2 or less from your hand into soul, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 3 with 12,000 or less, grade 2 with 9,000 or less, or grade 1 with 7,000 or less. card from among them, call it to rear and shuffle the deck. If you did not call, draw a card. Okay, that's fine. That's a pretty good effect. And now, just a big stage. They're just playing Water Gun. Those are glitter card. When this unit is placed by writing from a grade 1 card with Mishu. I have no idea what they do. I'm gonna be honest, I'm so lost with them. That's another cute card. Like all the flowers, everything. During the battle phase, this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater unit. This unit gets 5000 attack. When this unit is placed on rear from top by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Medial in its card name, this unit get at the end of the battle phase or Vanguard attack, Soul Blast 1, and this unit stand. Oh, a restand. That's great. So what I'm getting is that this deck is a lot of grade 2. You use a lot of grade 2 units to punch your enemy. That's what I'm getting. Right here. That's fine. Then we go... Those cards, we saw most of them. We got some shinies in there. And another shiny. Right here. Like, they're all just doing everyday thing. Ooh, little demon girl. I love the animation when it goes like bigger. So when this unit is placed on rearguard from end, if you have a grade 2 or greater Vanguard with Lilfa in its card name, until the end turn this gain 5000, and if it was placed during your main phase, Soul Blast 2 and draw a card. Okay. So next up, we got a stage. That's probably an order, I'm guessing. Play this card if you have Vanguard Leticia in its card name. Put this card into your soul, choose one of your unit, and it gets 15,000 attack until. If your soul has 4 more curse play, draw a card. Okay, so that's like some sort of cards that you want a lot of them in the deck. Another good one. Thank you for the refresh, Kidder. I hope you guys stay refreshed too. And stretching. Make sure you guys stretch too. That feels good. It's always good to stretch after a while. Make sure you're sitting straight and everything. Oh, I love this card how it is. Look at this. That's one of the best thing about Vanguard, I feel. Like, the art style is so good. Like, I might need to build a deck around these girls. They're just kawaii, like anime character. Oh, a glitter card. What does this one do? I'm not that much like glitter. Back row, center. At the end of battle, your Vanguard attack. If your opponent Vanguard is grade 2 or greater, Counter Blast 1, discard a card from hand, stand this unit and swap the position of your Vanguard with this unit. At the end of that turn, swap the position they swapped in. That's weird. You're switching your Vanguard for an 8k unit. And when you put this into your order zone, when a card is put into your order zone, if you do not have a unit with Noko in its card name, Soul Blast 1 and call this card to your back row center. That's interesting. She's surviving every time. I never seen a card like her. Oh, a cute demon girl again. I choose one of your vanguards, gets 5000. Powerful auto. I don't know why it's powerful compared to the other thing. When this unit attacks a vanguard, if your soul has no card, Counterblast 2, and this unit gets 10,000 until the end of turn. Counterblast 2 is a lot. Like, it's a lot to commit to something. If you have a grade 3 or greater vanguard in its card name until the end of the battle. Oh, so this can do drive check. So that could be pretty good. Like, drive check is nothing to laugh at. It's one drive chest though, because it's grade 2. But it's nothing, it's not too bad. Right here, we got some other girls. And what do we have for ending? I don't know how many packs we still have left. I opened 59, so we might be here a bit. I'm gonna speed it up a bit because we've seen most of those. I'm gonna stop if we see shiny one. This one, once per turn, Counter Blast 2, reveal top cover of your deck and perform any of the effect below depending on the card type. Normal unit, but there's too much text. I'm not reading this. I'm gonna read it if I put it into a deck later on. I'm gonna look at deck lists. It's hard to find deck lists for this game because you need to figure out a deck list that fits the time. Ready card, full art 1. Then next up. How long do we have to go to open this? It's kind of long sometimes to open like a lot of packs together. That's such an anime pose. The wet hair and everything, linear hair and all. It's such an anime pose. Oh, another swimsuit one. So this is a swimsuit archetype. If you have it all set up in your order zone, draw a card, choose a card from your hand and call it to rare or discard it. Cannonball auto. I just love that they rename most of the auto. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, Soul Blast 2, choose one of your opponent's Vanguard, retire it, and this gets 1.5k, and that's a glitter unit. I don't remember what specifically makes glitter unit better than some. Like, I know some glitter unit just gets back into the soul. And look, Skitter! A panda! A panda for you! Is this you, anime girl? I need to play this deck now for Skitter. Is that gender bent me? Yeah, kinda. Oh, wait, she's got gun. She's got gun. Why? Why does she have gun? Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip the rest, see what we get. So we got some stuff, some full arts. Not too many, but a pretty good haul. Like, we got a lot of cards. But on this note, the thing with this game is that I'm getting so tired playing it. Time to download this game. Well, this game's $60, so I don't know if you really want to do that. But playing this game on stream makes me like kind of tired. Because I need to read a lot, I need to learn how this game works. So I think that's gonna be it for today. It was a shorter stream, but it was a fun one. We got back into the game. I'm gonna try to play it off stream. I don't know if you plan on playing other cards game? Probably. I was thinking maybe not playing Hearthstone, but maybe playing Hearthstone Battleground. That could be a fun one. It's not really a card game, but it could be fun. We could do that next week, and if people want to join on the Hearthstone Battleground, we could play as a lobby. I could go back to Legend of Runeterra. I could try it. It's been so long since I played it. Like, I played it before the second expansion pack came out or something. But yeah, it's still up in the air what next week I'm gonna do for Wednesday. Maybe a card game on the Solitaire 1v1. I'm gonna hit you up one time, Skater. We're gonna do some screen share on Discord or something, and we're gonna do a 1v1 Solitaire face-off. Or I'm gonna find something that lets us battle at Solitaire. Like, I'm gonna find something. You mark my word. But yeah, on that note, I think for tonight, it's probably gonna be it. Next week, I don't know what I'm gonna do for Wednesday. I was thinking maybe doing some TFT or Hearthstone Battleground, but I'm gonna see. So we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna test it out. And now I'm gonna see who's online, who we can raid. We could raid Lily. I never get the chance to raid her, so we could raid her. I know she's doing a collab with Leah. I would raid Leah, but I've raided Leah soon. We could raid Nep, or we could raid Lumi. We never raid Lumi. We're gonna go with him. He's a good boy. Like Lily and Leah doesn't need our help, so we're gonna go see Lumi, see how he does. He's playing some Fire Emblem, so we're gonna have some fun watching him do some RPG. Thanks for the refresh. You guys make sure to refresh too. And yeah, sorry for the shorter stream, but this game really takes it out of me. When I try to like play and talk at the same time, learn the stuff. I want to make it entertaining for you guys, but at the same time, it's a lot to think about. So it's tiring. Like Yu-Gi-Oh, I can do it without thinking because I know most of the card, but this I do not. So it's really tiring to play it on stream. But yeah, on this note, I'm gonna start the raid. Let's raid Luminous Bard. He's a Bard too, Skater, so you might have some affinities with him. He's a good singer. What song would you guys... I might be able to get us a karaoke from him. So what song would you guys like me to request? There's some song in this list. Like, I don't know what I could try to get out of him. A French song? He's not speaking French, sadly. But yeah, on that note, I'm gonna see you guys again on Friday. We're gonna continue Amnesia. I don't know if it's gonna be a long stream because those horror games gets me a lot. But it's gonna be around 2 hours to 3 hours probably. So we're gonna see how it goes. And I'm gonna see you guys at 7 PM on Friday again. So on that note, I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you guys sleep well and take care of yourself. And bye-bye.